Grunt mobile suits are probably some of my all-time favorite mobile suits, and today we'll be looking at the Leo and the Maganac from the After Colony Century. These both appeared in Gundam Wing, and both these mobile suits are pretty cool, and they're also on the cheaper side. Welcome to the UV Hercules channel. My name is Grant. Let's get into the review. Right here we have both the mobile suits, the Leo and the Maganac. Both these were featured in the After Colony Century, which is Gundam Wing. And we have the Leo right here, which is a part of the Federation, and the Maganac, which was a part of the Freedom Fighters. Both these kits released around in the late 2010s, so 2018, 2019. The Leo I found for $10, and the Maganac I found for $16. This kit is a little more beefy and does have more going on. For the Leo, it actually is pretty good on its color separation, only having a singular reflective sticker in the eye, so that's not too bad at all. For the Maganac, though, we have the stickers on the shoulders, the mono eye, the scope, and then the shield. Both of these are stickers. Coming in for the aesthetics for this kit, they both look pretty cool, pretty unique. There's not really anything out like this, even though this is a Zaku-esque suit. It still does look extremely unique, with a lot more just slimmer ergonomics and overall to being a pretty small mobile suit. The mobile suits in the After Colony were a little bit smaller than your general Gundams in like UC or the Cosmic Era. So they both are pretty small, however, they're both pretty cool. There's a lot of panel lines on here that you can do. And this one does have some pretty cool butt flaps. I've seen that before on a mobile suit. This one I liked a lot of. It looks like just a soldier pretty much with the hats and the beefiness of this kit. I was worried about it being a lot of stickers, however, it really wasn't. Only maybe 7, and it also does come with a sticker decal sheet for the shield that just has some numbers to, give your mobile suit a little bit more character. We will now take a look at the Leo. Right here we have the Leo. This mobile suit is a part of the OZ, so these are the bad guys in the Wing show, and it does really resemble a Zaku. It kind of does, as you can see, is the mono eye and the shoulders, but overall the only thing else is just green, but it definitely does kind of resemble that Grunt-esque Zaku suit. Both these suits actually kind of remind me of a Zaku. For the articulation for this kit, there is barely any head articulation, so good luck getting anything out of that. The shoulders are on a hinges going up and a ball joint that can go all the way around. The shoulder pads are both also on hinges. You can rotate the arm 360 degrees, a singular elbow joint, but it's pretty good. Ball joints at the wrist. Full 360 degree waist rotation, so very, very good. If you move the skirts up, you can get all the way up this way. Not very back. And a little, pretty much all the way out to the side. The knee joint can go pretty much 180 degrees, and this is on a ball joint. By far the biggest issue with this kit is the fact that the arm falls off really easily. It's just not the greatest connection. It's a ball joint. However, it's not the worst thing in the world. These are all the accessories that the Leo comes with. We're going to start off with the gun it has. The gun it has a lot of cool molded in detail along with a lot of nice part separation for this magazine, the secondary handle, and the barrel and sight. Overall, it looks super duper cool, and how you fit into the hand, it doesn't need to be opened up. You can just slot it inside the hand, and the trigger part actually makes it a nice firm fit. So can have it look like that. You can get it in all the cool poses. And then for the secondary handle, you will have to remove the top of the hand. And then you will just put it right back in there. And then you have the secondary handle to get in all the nice, cool, heavy poses that you want. For our next accessory, we have the 2 beam sabers that it comes with. The hilts are casted in gray, and the beams themselves are casted in a very, very nice red. You could slot them inside the hands. However, the hands are pretty big, so they might want to push through. You got one right there. And then for the second one, we'll put in the bottom. And that one will want to slot through a little bit more. But overall, it looks pretty good. You can get it in either hand for whatever pose you like. Once you're done with these, you can pull out the beams And then on the shield, there are 2 pegs on each side. You can just plug them in like that for storage. Next, we have the shield. The shield is a super cool accessory. It has a hole in here for this attachment piece where it can stay on the shoulder for a stationary pose if you want to not use the shield, or it can fit inside of the hand of the Leo. So what you're going to want to do is slot the hand inside there and then sandwich just, hold on, let me see if we can get it just like that. Well, let me try it. You can get it in there, however, the top of the hand does want to fall out, so I was able to use the power of friction to keep that kind of in place. So you can get in some nice knight poses, just be a little careful of that hand falling apart. And then if you want to use it on the shoulder, you can take this piece that has a ball joint at the end, plug it into here, and then there are 2 slots on the arm that it can stay in, so it can be a little bit more stationary. Overall, for $10, this is actually a pretty good kit, I would say. Well worth your money, especially for the cheap price. I mean, it's just really, really cool. Now we're going to move on to the Maganac. Here now we have the Maganac. This kit is pretty cool. It has a really, really nice look to it. Also does remind me of a Zaku with the much more bulkiness and the mono eye. Especially reminds me of the Fritz helm, the F2 Zaku. So that's pretty cool. For the articulation, you have a ball joint at the head. However, it is blocked. You have outward at the shoulders, about that much, as well as a 360-degree rotation. You have a swivel, and then you have that much of a bicep. However, keep in mind, this doesn't really have the best look, so that looks kind of weird. And then it has ball joints at the wrist. It does have a swivel on a pulley cap at the waist. However, it does like to pop off pretty easily, especially if you want to bend it down. It just comes out. Of course, not coming out now, but it does. All of the hip skirts have independent movement except for the back. It is stationary. The legs can go out about that much. Barely any back movement. However, pop it off, you can get about that much, but without popping it out, you can get about that. The knee articulation is about that much, and then you have a ball joint at the foot. So pretty decent articulation, much like the Leo. Overall, the articulation gets pretty good, especially for $16. I mean, you can do everything you want it to. Maybe it might not look the prettiest, but it can still get that articulation. Now let's go on to the accessories. Here are all of the accessories. Right here, I believe we have the beam rifle. I believe that is the ammo pack for the beam rifle. It is all cast in black, minusing the really, really nice purple sight, if it would focus. There we go. It does have a nice molded in detailing. This gun looks super duper cool. Kind of reminds me of a DMR from Halo, especially like the Halo 5 DMR. But it does look super duper cool. It is cast in all black, so not much paneling you can do. And it does just slide into the hand, like the Leo. The part with the trigger catches it in there, so it just stays in there pretty good, and you can get it in all the nice poses that you want to. Next, we have the shield. The shield has a lot of nice detailing in it for panel lining. It does have some stickers right there, but honestly, you can probably just do without those. The tan and the brown are fine enough. I just wanted to use the stickers. This is what it looks like from the back. It does have a adapter to hold something. Still trying to figure out what that something is. Could be the rifle, could be something else, but there is a holder for something in there, and then you also have this peg, which is used with the shield adapter for the mobile suit. So you just plug the peg in like that. Make sure that the rectangle peg is facing outwards, and then you plug it into the back right there. And there you go. He now has the shield. There's probably one to also put on the backpack. However, I have no idea what that one would be. but we can try and put it on the backpack right now. There's probably a separate piece to put in there. I probably threw it away though on accident, so I apologize. I cannot show you the guys that. Next, we have the Beam Tomahawk. It does require orange paint. This was one of my earlier paint jobs, so it's not the greatest. Looks pretty rough, but from far away, it does get the message across. With this one, there is an adapter to use to store it on the mobile suit, and then you can also put it in the hand of the mobile suit. For the hand, you will have to just take off the hand, unsandwich, and then you will want to put it in there, sandwich it back in, and there you go, just like that. It can now hold the tomahawk. This especially reminds me of a Zaku because I also have the Heat Hawk. And overall, this is actually a really cool accessory. I kind of like how big it is and how big the handle is. It just makes it seem a lot more wieldy, almost like a fire axe, and that's honestly pretty cool. And then for the storage, you take this. You can just put this in there first, honestly, the tomahawk. It's not supposed to have the orange on it, but oh well. And then you plug it in like that, and then it can store on the mobile suit for whenever it's ready to be used. Honestly, I think I do prefer the Maganac's accessories. I really do like the shield of the Leo. However, the tomahawk and the super duper cool looking gun on the Maganac just kind of excels it a little bit higher than the Leo in my opinion. For some comparisons, we're going to start off with the Zaku 2. This is the newer HG1. He's acting weird, so we'll get him in a nice pose. So the Zaku 2 is a little bit bigger than both of these, and a little bit just bigger in general. However, I do think that they look super cool along with another Grunts mobile suit. For another Grunt mobile suit, we will look at it with the HGUC Gym. Once again, the Gym is a little bit bigger. However, I think that these two definitely do look more unique. This kid definitely does need a revive. Next, we do have it with the Wing Zero, high grade. The Sandrock high grade. Wow, that Sandrock is extremely tall. I did not really see that. Man, that's a tall Gundam. For another Grunt comparison, we have the Dagger L from Seed to Destiny. Then for some much more general comparisons, we have it with a Lego minifigure. You can see the head right there. That's how tall it would be. Standard 6-inch action figure, we have the 501st Phase 1 from Black Series. Here we have it with the Studio Series 38 Optimus Prime. Then we have it with the good old-fashioned Sharpie. So these kits are pretty decent size for high grades. I mean, they're high grade size, so they're not going to be as big as the master grades, but they still do have a lot of good, nice detail and features about them. These After Colony Grunt mobile suits are super cool. The Maganac definitely is a standout, but the Leo is also a pretty welcome surprise for a $10 kit. They're also extremely cheap, which means that you can army build them, and they look pretty cool. I would definitely recommend anyone pick these up. They're just really, really fun builds and are definitely good entry builds as well. That's all for today's video. I hope everybody has a good rest of their day.